Good evening, everybody. It's Scott here for another exciting episode on our DireWolf20 world. Today, we're going to be looking at a mod. It's a mod spotlight, and the mod B, environmental tech. As you guys probably had seen in some of my previous videos, I did showcase some items from environmental tech. I even mentioned it, but you're probably thinking, well, okay, great. What does it do? So, if we have a look at some of the items on offer, you don't see there's much available, but this is very much an end game mod, and the purpose of the mod is to be able to get either lots of ores or lots of wood or lots of botanical stuff or gravel, as well as generate a lot of RF energy, so you can power all your different machines with this mod. There's also other there's other items as well, where you can obviously have a Nano Bot beacon. So the best item to start with would be your assembler, and obviously we've got here, and then what you're going to need is maybe a solar array 1 tier 1. Obviously these guys need a lot of power as well, and at the moment, as you can see here, I've got a void ore miner controller tier 2. As you can see, tier 2, I think it goes up to tier 3 here, and a tier 4, and we have some of the larger ones back at another base I have, but as you can see it gets bigger and bigger. The other thing you're going to need is a direct path all the way down to bedrock, because essentially it's sucking up all the items from bedrock. And then what you're going to need from that as well as energy, you're going to need somewhere to place the items. Now I've got some ender chests here. As you can see, things are being dumped in there straight away. So at the moment, the ore miner's putting all that ore that's generating into here, and then that's putting it into my refined storage. Now, as I mentioned before, this is very much an end game mod, and we'll see why. Obviously, the first, say if we were going to go for a tier 1 solar array, it's not too bad. Lots of lapis, litherite tiles. It's not too bad, as you can see. Some flint, some cactus green, and a diamond. Obviously, diamonds can be quite expensive, but that's only obviously on tier 1. Obviously, once we've got the controller, what we need then is essentially the first tier solar cells, which would be that, right? Litherite solar cells. Not very difficult for archaic cells. So yeah, it is a cell, sorry. So lapis lazuli and nether quartz. And then you'd obviously need some other items as well. I'm pretty sure there'd be these interconnects, you see, which obviously, as you can see, at least on the level 2, you've got structure frame tier 2, and then the structure panels as well, and the non-modifier. Okay. The other item you're going to need for... Oh, actually, what am I on about? Sorry, my mistake. I was obviously talking about the solar array. You don't really need these other items for solar array. But if we go back to the ore miner, you will need a crystal laser lens as well as a laser core. So, a lot of items, but they don't cost so much on the early stages. Now, the problem is you can only get the higher level, say, iridium solar cells or the chronite solar cells items, like these iridium crystals, from the void ore miner. Obviously, if you're using a clear laser lens, you only got a 1.23% chance of getting. It goes higher with a crystal laser lens. You see. Problem is, as I said, the higher you go, the higher level ore miners you're going to need as well. And the problem with that is it gets more and more expensive as you go up. So, as you can see here, like, you just obviously need to start off with that, and then the rhodium bricks, a block of diamond, 9 diamond. That's quite a lot, would you say? And obviously some of the higher level of blocks as well. Say a structure frame tier 1, not too bad. Gold, not too bad. 2, 3, okay. We're getting a bit higher now with the diamonds. 4, emeralds, okay, that's getting a bit harder now. 5, you're going to need nether stars. As I mentioned in my previous episode, it's one of the reasons why you definitely need a wither spawner, a wither farm, because you're going to need a lot of these to be able to create this. And as I've shown off here, you've got 2 and it goes all the way up to 6, and as you're going up and higher levels, you're going to need more objects. There are, as you can see, you've got these null modifiers here. There are options like where are you? Like speed modifiers and luck modifiers for them as well. I never got around to doing this, but I know my mate who owns the Dome base has done that for his. The thing that I've actually focused on is not necessarily the ore miners, although I do have quite a few myself. It is definitely the solar arrays, and as previously shown in my one of my other episodes showing off this communal base, obviously we've got this energy core here, which is obviously a level 8 one. It's got 178 million or 78,000 million increase into RF. Obviously we only have one here, structured for a tier 6 solar array. Obviously that's quite large. Each one of these solar panels has another star put into it, so that's quite a lot, wouldn't you say? So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you my farm in the deserts, which put a lot of countries' own solar arrays and environmental power and tech in the world to shame. As you can see here it is. It's quite large, right? All this is in survival mode, no creative. But what happens with the power of automation? You can create a load of items very, very quickly without having to be there. Underneath here, we're using thermodynamics as well. Obviously, I showed some of that in the previous episode. This one is cryo-stabilized flux ducts. Essentially, like I'd shown in the previous one, where there was essentially just leadstone energy cells or energy conduits. I think there were only 1,000 RF. It could actually transfer. This is unlimited power. It can obviously transfer, and that all goes to this one thing called an ender porcupine. Essentially, what that's allowing it to do is essentially have wireless transmission of energy and unlimited wireless transfer rates as well. So essentially, that is connecting to that energy cell all the way back up here. So all this is powering the energy cell. Or energy core even. As you see, it's quite large. How many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 100 here. 100 solar arrays, and all the highest tiers. So as I mentioned before, the higher tier ones you have, the more expensive the resources are. And these solar cells have the highest level ones. So they've probably got like as I said before, another star in each of them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take us back to my base, and then we'll go to my mate's Thunderdome, and I'll show you off the Nano Bot build he has there as well, purely because I don't have that, so I can't show it off here, and unfortunately it will take a bit too long to show off. I mean, I'm pretty sure I did mention it in the previous episode what it kind of did, but we can show it again as it's a mod spotlight. Still very impressed with this build, I have to say. It's very, very pretty. Right. I think it's actually right down at the bottom here. Oh, here are his miners. I think it's got, yeah, all of them tier 6. As you can see, all these modifiers he's actually put in minor null modifiers, so there's nothing there, but it's increasing the production and the luck, as it says, luck modifier that you can get. But the thing I want to really show is this thing here, and you're thinking, what is this? It looks like a pyramid. This, I'm pretty sure, is a Nano Bot. Yeah, personal Nano Bot beacon tier 6, and it's got all the modifiers here as well. And as you can probably see in the top left there, I can't actually see it, it's obviously giving us night vision, extra health, unlimited food. Obviously creates a peaceful environment as well. It's a very, very much an end tier thing, and it obviously helps protect you and your base from any harm. And essentially that is it, guys. As I said, it's a very, very small mod, but it's a very, very much an end game and powerful mod at that, because it's covering all the different aspects of this mod pack, i.e. energy generation and automating the mining process, as well as protecting yourself and health and all that. Yeah, there's nothing much that you can get from that. You know, it's very much kind of a semi creative mode you've become in. But to get to that point, you're going to need a lot of resources. You're already going to have to automate a lot of your processes, as I have shown in a previous episode with the wither spawner, you know. Right. On that note, guys, obviously it was only a short one, but I hope you've enjoyed the video. And obviously, if you have any questions or suggestions, obviously put a comment below, and obviously like and subscribe if you can, because it will very much help this channel keep on growing, and I can keep on producing these videos for you guys. Alright then, I hope the rest of your weekend goes well. See you later. Bye.